Y'all, it's been months since Wanda Smith passed away, but her family and friends still hold a grudge over Katt Williams for not only ruining her career, but also milking the situation, especially her husband, who hates Katt Williams' guts and trust. He is not happy about how he still keeps talking about that interview.
But this lady is trying to embarrass me in front of a largely homosexual fan base.
Now, in case you forgot about one of the messiest, most talked about moments in Atlanta's radio history, let me just take you back. The day that Katt Williams, the man who's always ready to roast, went toe-to-toe with Wanda Smith on V103's Frank and Wanda morning show. And well, let's just say things went real south after that radio interview. When I say Katt read Wanda for filth, I mean he left no crumbs. But baby, the story didn't end in the studio. Things spiraled into a full-blown scandal with Wanda's husband, Lamorris Sellers, pulling up on Katt Williams like a segment straight out of Fast and Furious, Food Depot edition. This seemingly harmless roast on V103, or so we thought, turned into a wildfire that made headlines nationwide, costing Wanda her job and Katt Williams almost losing his life. Now, at the time, this incident happened back in 2018. It didn't get much rep. It was basically thrown under the rug as one of Katt's wildest moments. But after he pulled up to the Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast earlier last year and spilled the tea on some heavyweights in the industry, people started taking it seriously. Now, here's how the whole setup started. Katt Williams was allegedly begged by Wanda to come on to her radio podcast, the Frank and Wanda Morning Show, for what should have been a casual promo interview for this upcoming tour. The interview would also be a celebratory appearance for Katt's Emmy win for his role in Donald Glover's Atlanta series. Prior to the interview, the producers of the show had promised Katt that they weren't going to talk about his kids, jail, or any other sensitive topics. So it's safe to say that Wanda flipped the entire script on him.
Do you cook for your kids?
Absolutely.
Tell me some of the things you cook that they're proud of. Like, Dad made some. You got the best spaghetti. You got the best steak. What do you have?
As a father of 7 with an unlimited food budget, you can make whatever is necessary.
I said what they like.
Excuse me.
I said what do they like?
Just because you're a poor interviewer doesn't mean.
Things seemed to be going smoothly with the interview until Wanda started prying into Katt's private life as a father, asking what he cooked for his kid. Katt was taken aback by her sudden aggression with the questions and went on to call her a poor interviewer. But baby, that's when all the hell broke loose.
I have 3 boys.
Excellent.
Yes, I do.
Aren't boys simple?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't boys simple?
They can be. They can be.
Yeah. Wanda knows she
I'm what?
She didn't do as much cooking in the latter years as she did in the beginning.
Whatever. I cook. I do it all.
I didn't say that you didn't.
Well, that's all right. I did it in the beginning and the middle and the end.
Y'all, Wanda broke the rules, so Katt ate her up and chewed her right out. He might as well have snatched a wig off her head and beat her with it. He, too, began to pry into her life as a mother, returning the question, asking what Wanda made for her kids, too. And ladies, y'all gonna want to hear this recipe because ain't no way she said broccoli.
Your favorite thing to cook? Your boys, yeah.
They like for me to. I do a really nice broccoli. They like my broccoli and they love my baked chicken.
Hey, right now, look up your phone and see what it takes to make broccoli, and tell me it doesn't say heat up water. Is that the only step in broccoli? Simmer. Have you ever heard of burned broccoli? Can you burn broccoli? You can't burn it because it's made in a pot of water.
You don't know nothing about.
You know what her second meal they love from her? What I do with corn. I like to dig it out that can and I put it in there. And then I get a can of water and I put it on there. And then I get some Zatarans. They don't expect that. I sprinkle Zatarans on my
great
corn.
Cook. Whatever.
Yes, ma'am. You're good at heating stuff up.
You're good at telling us about what's going on in jail.
Katt was quick to point that one out, and from there on, he literally put Wanda on a grill, set the stove on, and roasted the crisps out of her.
Yes, ma'am, ain't getting out to tell you. But I'm going to tell you at an arena named Phillips, and you going to tell me at the Atlanta Comedy Theater.
That's right, true.
Tomorrow, be there.
All right.
Red Grant show, I know I'll be there. Don't miss it.
Obviously, she got triggered by the situation because even her co-host on the show was in on Katt's joke, laughing hard at every bit. This was when Wanda finally let the reins go and asked Katt about his time in jail. She even poked at his sexuality, calling him Lil Mama. Now, Katt was able to make the best of the attack and shifted the conversation to what it was all about in the first place, his tour promo. But Wanda thought that she could still make a comeback. And y'all, she was clearly in over her head because Katt's clapback at this point literally made history.
Is it crazy?
And help me get to the salon. All right, it's the People Station Viewer 3. Your hair is kind of...
That joint was.
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
You don't?
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural.
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
What,
While you on air, so they can hear you live.
Come on, come over here.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay, well then stay over there.
Don't worry, ain't nobody putting their hands through yours.
That's right, they don't have to. I don't want them to.
Wanda had always been known for her loud, in-your-face personality, but to think she really thought she could spar with Katt? Sis underestimated her opponent, and the comedian went in on everything from her cooking skills to her wig game. The roast had all of Atlanta buzzing, but the drama didn't stop at the radio station, folks. Later that same weekend, after the show aired, Wanda's husband, Lamorris Sellers, decided to take matters into his own hands and pulled a gun on him. Katt was standing outside of the Atlanta Comedy Theater taking a puff of a cigarette when Lamorris pulled up on him and tried to square out. And when Katt saw him, he decided to run. But Lamorris chased after him, and at some point during the scuffle, his popper fell out of his waistband. Now, depending on who you ask, the story gets told differently. Katt claimed Lamorris pointed the popper at his face, while Lamorris swears he never did. He says he picked it up and put it back in his waistband before entering the store. Later on, TMZ dropped a video that showed Lamorris walking toward the food depot with a popper in his hand, but there was no footage of him actually aiming it at Katt. And let's be real, Katt's dramatic persona didn't make things any better. He told TMZ, if someone pulled out a gun, why would you do that for? If it's not to shoot somebody, what is it for? Meanwhile, Wanda's career was taking a hit. The internet was eating up the drama, and people were quick to blame her for the whole situation. Eventually, she was let go from VO103, and just like that, her career was over, and no one really heard from her ever. Fast forward to now, and Katt is still talking about the incident.
This lady behind the scenes is begging me to come into this interview that I've not scheduled, that I don't want to do, that I'm not dressed for, that nobody's called me about. She just wants it. To the point where she says, Katt, come on, you just want an Emmy for the city. I just want to give you your flowers. Well, I won't talk about kids. I won't talk about no jail. I won't talk about... This is the conversation she has with me, and then goes in that room and doesn't mention the Emmy, and immediately begins to... Because this is a comedian. You're trying to undermine me. Atlanta is a heavily LGBTQ plus positive city, and the fact that you having a heavy gay fan base would try to degrade me, a heterosexual, by making it seem like I'm gay. Gay people don't feel that way about me. Why would you? So it was a terrible thing that she found herself in, and comedically, you're outmatched.
According to Katt, the whole situation with the interview was an attempt to set him up, but here's the kicker. Wanda thought the same too, that she was also being set up.
To be honest with you, when I found out Katt Williams was coming, I got excited. Okay, I know many people think, well, you know who Katt Williams is. Katt Williams and I have never officially really met. Like, we don't know each other, like, as in friend, comics. We've never worked on a tour together. We've never worked together. Mm-hmm. So this was really a big deal for me to have him come in. I was excited to really have him in this studio, to be honest with you. And I felt like as he started to talk in the beginning, he had an agenda, like to attack me.
Now, while Katt continued to thrive, Netflix specials, sold-out shows and all, Wanda, on the other hand, before her death in October of 2024, was still dealing with the aftermath of the controversy. People were saying she let her emotions get the best of her and dragged her husband into a situation that spiraled out of control. Now, while this whole showdown happened years ago, and now Wanda's husband, Lamorne Sellers, continues to point fingers at Katt for ruining his wife's career, some people are saying Katt was definitely out of line. Others think Wanda poked the bear and got mauled like she deserved. That woman came after Katt and Katt responded. She was in her feelings and trying to make him look bad. She should have stayed in her lane and be professional, 100. She came for him. He didn't ruin her career. She did that. R.I.P. Wanda Smith and her husband ended her career when they threatened his life with a gun. She was so mad that Katt roasted her beyond belief. We all heard the roast of the century in real time. But I want to know your thought. What do y'all think? Was Katt Williams justified in his roasting spree, or was it Wanda Smith who bit off more than she could chew? And Lamorne? Baby, he might have taken the phrase "stand by your woman" a little too literally. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't leave until you hit that like and subscribe button, because there's a lot more coming down the pipeline. See you later, baddies.